I can't.
Come on, fatty!
You do make more mistakes than most people, so it's quite difficult to tell everybody else off the odd thing they do wrong.
Big G, we hear that you ate a whole family portion of a big grill.
Huh?
You ate a whole family portion of a big grill.
That's only a starter.
Only a starter. 13th of October. October's getting away from us now. Wet weather drill out, Big G's on the wet weather drill. He can't run his cat, it's too wet. Tyres are running clean. It's changed a lot since this morning when we were here. It's drying up all the time. The wet weather drill's actually making a nice job. Quite pleased with it, Michael, aren't you?
I am.
Been another torturous week actually in terms of drilling. We haven't, well, we finished the barley finally, which is good. So we're on the oats now, we're on winter oats. And then when we've done this block on winter oats, we've got the bean drill running as well, which is good. And then hopefully Kieran will get the spraying done in front, and then we'll be on to just turning, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, yeah, it's going.
It is a worry though, isn't it?
Well,
there's a lot there to die.
Yeah, but there should be no reason why it shouldn't. I mean, it takes take a fortnight, can't it, before you really see anything going on?
This time of year, I mean, it's 4 degrees this morning. I noticed down there on some of those low-lying bits, there was a bit of frost in the puddles.
Was there really?
Yeah.
They did forecast the frost. I don't think it was quite as cold as
You wouldn't have been up though.
I think I beat you here by about 2 hours.
You didn't beat me across the field, did you?
I did
We
not.
just had a running race and I was the only one in it. I'm still panting from it.
I was quite concerned you wouldn't make it at all.
No, you didn't. You were more worried about having to carry me back than you were for a fact I wouldn't make it. You'd have probably left me. When you stand here and you kick the dirt and you realise what lovely land this is in comparison to other land we've got. And we were over at Horningsea. And this is nice land, isn't it? If you were to choose a land type to farm across the board, you'd pick this, wouldn't you?
Yeah, yes.
Because it's...
If you could swap all your land for this, then that'd be wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even the only good what our land is for is making bricks. Or having bricks built on it, one of the two. I'll settle for this latter. But this is winter barley. This is Belfry.
It is.
Yeah, and actually this is coming up well and it's in the rows. Looks smart, doesn't it?
It looks lovely. Looks lovely.
It looks a good crop and clean.
Yeah.
But it is a relatively clean farm anyway.
Well, yeah, yes, this is a farm that I said I don't mind you drilling too early because we're not too under pressure. There's still black grass, and of course, if you
noticed, hold on a second.
Are you about?
Are you about? Oh! Shall I put my hand up?
I'm indifferent to say that.
Have you been working on that? I'll put my hand up in the future. I'll put my hand up and wait for my turn. But do you think that... I've lost my train of thought now. It's hopeless. Go on, tell me whatever you're going to finish your sentence. Go on, let's hear it. Go on.
No, I can't remember what...
So you were just going to waffle on, weren't you? That's all you were going to do. You're going to waffle on. Yeah, and you'd have probably started talking about MOTs or something peculiar. So, thinking about the variety, thinking about the war in Russia, and etc., there is a school of thought to say that actually you want to drop barley and start growing more wheat. And we don't grow a second wheat as such. We've got some second wheat, but very small proportion, tiny in fact.
Yeah.
A couple of easier, logistically, we've put some second wheat in on a couple of farms to square them up. Should we actually be concentrating over the next 12 months, purely on second wheats, in particular where we've now haven't finished the winter barley, Bedford where it's too wet, scrap that, put that to wheat. Perhaps some of the farms here, back here at Cambridge where we've got some fields we're not happy with, we're going to spray off and start again. I know we haven't got to those fields yet to make that decision, but it's in my mind. Yeah. Do we go back in with winter barley? Do we say it's too late? Where are we, the 11th of October? Yield drops right off. Yeah. Do we go second wheat, or do we say actually you've got the seed, you paid for it, put them in, be done with it?
So there are distinct advantages either way, and the one big advantage and the one reason that you grow quite a bit of barley is it gets you off to a good start at harvest.
Early harvest, yeah.
And that's the logistical side of it. Agronomically, barley is a lot more competitive than second wheat. Why have you got a smirk on your face?
Just laughing about what you said earlier.
You just can't take me seriously.
No, I can't take you seriously. I was just laughing about your interrupting thing. But you've actually, I can hear you've been sitting waiting for so long to do that. And I'm just chuckling to myself about it.
Right, back to
carry
business.
Yeah.
So agronomically, barley is massively more competitive than wheat against blackgrass.
Yes.
On the flip side of that, you have to drill barley well, in my mind, you have to drill barley quite a bit earlier, and especially hybrid barley, which, as you know, I'm quite a big fan.
Yeah.
So in turn, you tend to get a bit more, well, a lot more blackgrass in it, which it has to compete with. Second wheat, we have historically not been the best growers of second wheat.
Yeah.
We can see a big drop in
a lot of blackgrass.
A lot of blackgrass, but we see a big drop in yield, or can do. Not always. I'm not against growing second wheat, but at all. The seed would be cheaper. You've got it in your shed.
I mean, the main reason I don't like the second wheat is because it's later drilling, and I get so nervous about later.
That's what I was going to say. That's the other big downside of second wheat. You really got to be later, but not just for the wheat, but for the blackgrass, because
we are now this year forced into a later window.
Yes, we are.
So I wanted to be drilled 6 days ago.
Yeah.
Finished.
Yeah.
So we are being forced into a later window. So now, do we say, fair enough, I can make some more seed?
Yeah.
Do we go second wheat on some of it? But I mean, I think we'll pay for it this time when we're stood next year in July, and we combine everything, and then we've got this massive gap.
Yeah.
Because the wheats aren't ready.
I agree.
And I think we'll be saying, I wish I had more barley.
And it's not just the harvest, is it? Yes, you get away earlier with the combines, but you also absolutely critically, well, you got a grain store, but that's not my problem. Critically, you get going with the cultivations, and I'm a big believer in really early cultivations.
Yeah, and we can get some manure on of some sort.
Yeah,
and it's good for the going into mustard, so we can plough, do the mould draining. That's how we've been doing a rotation. Yeah, there's a lot of other knock-ons. Grain storage, I mean, we grow 8,000 tonnes, so we have one 8,000 tonne shed, and we fit the rotation to that. Yeah. You know, and if there's a little bit of surplus, which is a good problem, we would sell that at harvest and it go into cash flow. But so we have a nice system that suits us currently, and I think we've built a system around it. You know, I was talking to Katie Hilton this morning, interestingly, who was telling me that we could actually go first wheat and then go for an overwinter stubble. Yeah. All year, don't crop it at all.
Set aside.
Yeah, if you like. Yeah.
Effectively, what we did.
And then a direct drilling, and you could do 50% of the farm like that, 50% on the other. And anyway, it basically got up to about £700 time you added in multiple things. The insecticide, no insecticide as well, and you get 700 and something pound. And financially on paper, Michael, we would be better to go to 2 combines. Yeah. You would have half the staff, half the houses with staff on, go with that option, and then just go wheat. Yeah. So you'd come in and you'd crop your farm, basically. Your other land you'd got ready midsummer, as it says, so say mid-June. You would then have it cultivated with the staff that drive the combines. Yeah. And then you go and drill it. I mean, that must be, I haven't run the numbers on it, but that must be the most cost-effective way of farming if you wanted to still crop. But what a shame.
I think on paper, I think you're probably right. Do not believe that your first wheat after set aside would be anything like your first wheat.
Be like a third wheat.
I mean, I can tell you that I have other family members who did exactly what you're talking about. When we had set aside, they did 50-50, and I promise you, their wheats were hopeless. Yeah. And if you're talking about direct drilling into something into sad old land that's been stubble. Yeah.
I mean, I remember ploughing. There was a date, I forget, you could plough it in the set aside, it was something like the 15th of April you could spray it, and you could plough it from something like the 1st of June or something, I forget it now, but anyway. And I remember ploughing that as a young fella, and it used to come up absolute steel, bang, and then you were desperate for rain going into a summer to break it down, because it was dead. It smelt dead. But anyway, that aside, on paper,
Yeah,
it looks good.
it does.
Without all the actual real life experiences we've had. And a lot of what I think is coming through now with the, you know, some of these proposals is almost like you've just got to relearn why it doesn't work.
And I think people are doing. And especially on a year like this year, well, and last year, you know, the last 2 years have really presented problems that none of us have seen before. But
I mean, I'm stood here at the moment, I'm in October, and inside I'm absolutely tearing myself apart.
you and me both.
Well, you know, because I ring you to
God,
whine
it's
on about it.
painful. It's painful. I think you ought to pay me as
A therapist.
As a therapist. Yeah.
Well, then you have to pay me back for when I have to listen to you whining on. So actually, we're probably quids in at the moment.
I've never whined in my
But anyway,
life.
depending on who knows you, you whine more than me. So I think actually you owe me money.
Oh dear.
But it's you know, it's very difficult to plan. I mean, the sun's shining today, and it actually feels like all your problems could go away.
Yeah.
And we just saw a local farmer, didn't we?
Would.
Well, that's when I go on holiday, Michael. And that's another problem. I got one booked, and that's worrying me. And Glyn and Sandy, they keep saying to me and Kieran, "Oh, don't worry, you just go." And I think that's just want me to go.
Yeah.
I don't think whether I go on holiday or not.
Most of us would understand that principle.
Yeah. This is a good crop. Pleased with this. Let's go and have a look at what we're not happy with.
Yeah, very good.
I did find some black grass starting to come up.
Oh yeah, no, there will, of course there is.
Yeah.
There will be blackgrass, but
But the headland, Michael, is really good.
yeah,
So what's wrong with the land work?
I don't think there is a lot. I don't think there's much wrong with this at all. This is, if you just get Tom to turn round, Tom, look down the rows, you know, this is backward because it's a lot heavier land. It didn't get away too quickly. There's nothing wrong with it. The plant population's fine.
But we've got the problem where it's come up in the wheelings here. You know.
Yeah, no, the barley is fine. I'm talking about. What is the problem is that you've got a lot of wheat come up in the straw trails. If you just have another look, Tom, look up the trail, you'll see a lot of wheat in the barley here. So that's an issue. You know, the barley crop itself, there's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Except if you're going to keep it, we do need to give it another dose of slug pellets. So it's getting hammered by slugs.
Yeah, which is considering it was wheat.
Wheat after rape, you see, that's another problem with rape we've discussed before.
Yeah.
Rape, I mean, you didn't grow rape for 10 years and we didn't use a bag of slug pellets.
No.
Now we're using them by the pallet.
I haven't got rid of the slug pelleter.
Yeah. So it's a question.
You wouldn't think slug pellets are environmentally the right thing to be chucking about either, would you?
Well, no, definitely not. Well, environmentally, financially, you know, we don't want to do it at all if we don't have to.
Oh dear. Won't be many. It's a bit sloppy once you dig in a bit, look. But give it a few days. There's still quite a bit still coming through.
Yeah, there is. And there's more barley to come as well. That's why I'm saying I'm not worried about the barley. That's fine. You know, the fact that we've got thick rows makes the barley look a wheat crop. That's not a wheat crop. It's just one leaf barley.
Yeah.
Don't forget it's a hybrid barley. We don't drill it very thick anyway.
God, this is a shame, isn't it?
Yeah. Gut wrenching.
What a shame. And of course, with controlled traffic farming, the pattern of things shows up so much more.
Absolutely.
Because, you know, we're not driving all over the place. So, you know, I suspect if it was ploughed, we wouldn't see this, would we?
No. Actually, give it a month, you won't see this anyway. But when you will see it is in June.
But you look over there, right?
Yeah.
And that's coming up in the rows of the combines.
Yeah.
And that was ploughed.
Yeah.
So it's coming up even where it was ploughed.
Yeah, well, you don't plough everything to 8 inches deep, do you?
Yes, he ploughed it probably 10.
Well, I didn't come in from 10 inches deep, I can assure you.
But my point is, even where it's ploughed, we've got it coming up.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
So that isn't actually the answer, is the point I'm trying to make. It would only have worked if it was greened up and then got ploughed.
But this is you know, really a result. But it's very difficult to talk about it now. But we actually had a really dry spell. You know, you wouldn't believe it.
No, I know.
Because you know.
And it was the right decision at the time. And if I had that decision again, I'd make the same decision.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I can cope with looking at this. Oh yeah.
Well, it's not a question of looking at, not just a question of looking at it. You've got to sell the stuff, you know, because we can't take wheat out of barley, whatever you know.
I have made a call about it, and they can sell it to a compound home that will take mixed wheat and barley.
Really?
Yeah.
And
it means I've got to create segregation at harvest, an 8,000 tonne store that's effectively burying it, that is not ideal.
But does that come at a cost?
That wasn't discussed, but I'm sure there'll be a penalty.
Because actually, if that's the case, this is fine to carry on. If you can market it, wheat in barley is not quite so bad because the wheat won't grow out to the top of the barley. So actually, in a month's time, this barley will look like a grass field anyway. You won't see these things. So visually, I'm not worried. It's if marketing the crop once you've combined it
that is solved.
Right. Well, the choice is okay. So the choice is yours. If we're going to continue with this crop, we need to put some slug pellets on it. Otherwise, the barley it is disappearing as we, under our feet.
Yeah. Extraordinary. There's hardly any blackgrass here.
No.
It's just occasionally I find some when walking, but actually on the whole, there's nothing.
But you're always going to get a quantity of blackgrass. In barley early drilled, we're not expecting it to be free of blackgrass. We're expecting the barley to compete with what's here.
True.
What I'm trying to do is thin the blackgrass out, which I think we've done successfully. This is a particularly bad field for blackgrass. We've used a flufenicet-based herbicide. Flufenicet's been around a year or two now, not quite as good as it used to be, but it's the best we've got in barley.
What's the issue of us re-drilling, going back through the pre-em?
Well, there isn't really now. It's been on. What's it been on? Nearly a month.
Yeah, we had enough rain.
Yeah, I have to say, probably if you look at the label, you'd need to cultivate it. Actually, practically, I think the best thing you can do is cut it
in with a disc.
Cut it in with a disc. Don't mix it up too much. Yeah. What you don't want to do is mix the old blackgrass up again and get it stoked up, because we're just prime blackgrass germination time now, coming into the middle of October.
God, it's so disappointing.
Extraordinary. Yeah.
Maybe we should drill it with wheat and spray the barley off.
Well, whatever you do, if you're re-drilling,
I'm going to have a plot combine to combine these bits, and then leave these, and then combine these properly. There's a solution.
Do you think I think you should send the boys out hand raising.
Do you think we could blame Henry and his balers for shaking up all the wheat? Well, or will he say it's the combine driver?
I was going to say, there shouldn't be wheat to shake up.
I know what someone would say. Were you driving that time? No, I don't think I was. Not in this field. No.
But there are areas that are worse for slug. So we do, if you want to keep it, when you have been fairly adamant you want to spray it off, but if you want to keep it, we need to crack on and rescue what's here.
Yeah. All depends on what the weather's doing and how much flexibility I've got.
You don't need to make that decision until such time as we can drill it. Yeah.
And the drills are back from Lincolnshire.
Yeah.
And we're getting some wheat done, etc. Blah blah blah. I'll have to get the barley back from Links.
Yeah, but I don't want to make this decision in 2 weeks' time, having not slug pelleted.
We've got slug pellet anyway.
Well,
regardless.
Well, yes, I'd say
the slugs aren't going to go away.
No, okay, yeah, that's true.
They'll be sat here waiting for the new crop, which is more vulnerable. Gone colder, soil temperatures have dropped.
Yeah.
So yeah, we better slug pellet it.
Right. Yeah. Okay, that's another job for you.
That's how I started my career.
Slug pelleting.
Yeah, and I don't want to end it that way because I didn't enjoy it at the beginning. Tom thinks I combined this.
Well, looking at the
and
straw
actually
trails,
now I've started to think it through, and I'm not sure I combined this. I can be held responsible for every line in here, but oh well, by the devil's hand.
Yeah. That's a good thing about you being more involved on the farm this year. Yeah. You do make more mistakes than most people, so it's quite difficult to tell everybody else off the odd thing they do wrong.
Well, I've got to get more done than them. It's important. I just got to do it twice. Big G, we hear that you ate a whole family portion of a big grill.
Huh?
You ate a whole family portion of a big grill.
That's only a starter.
Only a starter. How big was it?
Mega mixed grill, so yeah.
Come on, is this like a fish story? Was it enormous? Was it?
It was 8 ounce steak, an 8 ounce steak, a gammon steak, a half a chicken fillet, about 4 sausages, chips, peas.
So when you stay up here, you're now finding all the little places.
Is that
right? You're looking well on it. You're looking happy. And Glyn's happy because I know he could eat a kebab for breakfast.
Well, he could, yeah. He
so I went to Newmarket. I went to Heath Road, swung into Newmarket, parked up, walked in with Michael, and he's on his diet. And so we went into a fish and chip shop. And it was a big kebab shop, and I looked in, I thought Glyn would be happy in here. And then Michael had these 2 chicken something or others. And then he was particularly telling the guy he wanted juicy ones, and he was there in the cabinet, right? Anyway, he sat in the car next to me, and literally, if he wasn't a family member, I think I'd have stopped and told him to get out. The way he was eating this chicken was just, was not nice. His diet is affecting him because he wasn't eating like a lady, should we say? Yeah, he was devouring it. Yeah.
He was like Glyn, starving.
Was he starving? So you know that the roof has been fixed. It had the leak in it.
Yeah.
Well, Chris believes it's fixed, but you'll find out let us know in the morning.
I'll find out when you're dripping and dripping. What the bloody hell is that? Next year, be clean coming in, won't it?
So somebody told me apparently the pillow had got a brown stain on it. So before anybody spread any rumours, we've had it changed.
It's not me. Definitely won't.
So Roundup's finished where?
So Roundup's finished in the middle block out back of here.
Where the beans are going. And the oats?
Where the oats are going.
What about the beans?
So the beans I've done all the way up to Second Eastern and that half.
So there's still some more to do?
Yeah, there's the other half like Lamb Elbow.
And you had to stop now because, you know, you could still be spraying because you're worried about damp and then the effect, it won't be drawn into the leaf.
Yeah.
Okay. So that actually really makes our window small because you're probably getting going, what, 10 in the morning?
I start, I've only had 6 hours.
That's all you're getting?
Today, yeah.
So your window is really knocked?
No, 110 hectares as well today.
In 6 hours?
Half tanks, yeah.
Right, okay. And then the only other thing you do is pre-em work, go on to that because that can work in misty conditions because it's not leaf drying.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And then you've just done what?
Tidied up, Poplar Field, Grange, round Grange 2. Went into that Grange field that Kieran was in today, but that's quite wet. And then I've just tidied up Big Man Top with Graham blockage.
Okay.
So
I see you got your new lights.
Yeah, I know, they look good, don't they?
They do. So you've got work lights and road lights. And we've got the bean drill here.
Yeah, bean drill.
So that's all converted to 1-inch points.
Yeah, ready to go.
And the tank, look how small the front tank looks in comparison to that thing. I mean, it looks tiny.
It does, very tiny.
But that is a fantastic tool, isn't it? That's a Will Lawton Horse with a Grange built, and that is brilliant, isn't it?
That did well for us last year.
Yeah.
You and I drove a lot of beans with it.
Yeah. They did everything on beans for that.
And the beans yielded really well on the back of it, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Very well.
So we've just been at Chandler's. So it's, what is it? 20 past 6. So our resident cameraman has a hot date at 6 o'clock in Cambridge. And he's assured me that I come first, so that's fine. And his hot date has had to wait. But
I hope he ain't going like that.
I don't know. You don't even know she really exists,
Well,
do you?
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
He's
He
still
tells us she exists, but there's no evidence.
No.
Yeah. He's just telling me that you're looking at him like you shouldn't be saying anything.
What?
But apparently there was couple of ladies looking at you.
I didn't see him.
He said, make sure you ask him.
The mixed grill looked better.
Did they come up and say, are you Big G?
No. I'm starting to get my signature.
Is that right? Oh, you're practicing
yeah.
Big G. Okay, yeah. Think we're trying to organise you a number plate.
I reckon.
Yeah.
I need one for the sprayer as well.
Oh, what, Big G?
Yeah.
Can you not just carry it around with you? Oh, what, like...
we get one of the breakaway chains off the Certos.
Yeah. You realise that chain's like this size?
Yeah, I know.
That,
I had it on my shoulder when I
is
come
that
to
right?
the office,
That's bigger than a ship anchor.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that'll...
Big G. What was his name? B.A. Brackers, wasn't it? Yeah. Do you know who B.A. Brackers is?
No.
You never watched the A-team?
You don't even know the A-team?
Oh, the A-team. Yeah.
Do you actually
I
know?
haven't watched it though.
He doesn't know, does he?
No.
He's making it up now.
You need to watch it, mate.
People have shown me who he is.
Yeah, he's made it up.
Classic 80s
Can you put it
TV.
on for him tonight so he can go to sleep watching the A-team?
Watching the A-team together.
Right, well, okay, Brokeback Mountain at PX Farms. 13th of October, we're on some fields which are going after barley going into beans, but we've got a black grass issue where you can see it's completely smothered up, but it's this, getting wrapped round the leg. So how fast are you going? Not going very quick, is it?
5k.
When it goes any quicker, it blocks up.
Yeah. But these two fields are the worst. Well, the only ones with the problem. So if we can just wind these off, then we'll be off again.
Well, this one and the one behind.
Yeah. But it's only an area in that
So we're
one.
doing about 5k. It's the best we can do, isn't it? Otherwise, it's gonna.
Yeah.
Well, we got these clumps.
But when we first got here this morning, it was damp, and he was doing.
If we were allowed to burn, this wouldn't be a problem, would it? We'll be gone.
No.
What a nightmare. And we trianoed this twice.
Yeah, I think actually it probably wanted the discs over it, didn't it? Just
Yeah,
chop
but
it.
the discs at that time were over in Bedford. And then we got, well, he broke down, didn't he?
Yeah.
Then then Freddie went off ill, so we didn't get them up to Lincolnshire.
Not really quite sure why this straw is so long. There's no real explanation for it.
But the stubble's not long, so
No.
it's got to have fallen
It
down
must have gone flat before
in
the combine did.
between the rows before combining.
Yeah.
It's these little chestnuts we get, isn't it, which really puts a smile on my face. Can't say there's a lot of smiling this morning, Michael. It's those days when you think someone's going to get it. It's a lottery, which one?
It'd probably be everybody. Good place for a fresh starter, isn't it?
Well, Henry,
Yeah.
pretty impressive, isn't
For a
it?
volunteer.
Oh, even better.
Oh no, I didn't say that.
Oh, I like that. Oh no.
Oh no.
That's all right, Michael, that'll go. So this is Henry. He's the trainee agronomist that isn't really a trainee anymore because he's passed. That's right, isn't it?
This is the only training he's got left to do.
Okay, this is his training, is
Rectify
it?
it.
Yeah, yeah. Gonna have a week with me. So, you know when you've got a good agronomist is when they come and help you, not just stand about.
Yeah.
Don't like these ones that stand about.
No. What are you trying to say?
Well, you do it so well, Michael. So Henry's come to drill the beans. So in Lincolnshire we've got a block here to do, then the other half of the block is oats. They're drilling oats at the moment. They've just started with the Certos. They think it's going to go. They went down there with a token amount of oats and a drill just to try it. Right. They think it will go, so they're going to have a go now.
The finer's in there already, isn't it?
Yeah, he's somewhere. Got to go find it. There's no heat now as it's cold.
No.
I mean, the car says 4 degrees.
No. It doesn't dry out now, does it?
No,
Actually, having said that, because this has been left so rough, it's nice on top. When I got here this morning, it was sticking to my boots. It's changing
really?
a lot, yeah. That's why I was convinced that give it an hour or two, it'd dry out on top, it might run through the drill better.
Yeah.
I'm using my optimism.
There's quite a lot of drills running on the way up here.
Mm.
And they look like they're getting on well, which is always nice to see. I've used the word beginning with B a lot on the journey up here for the last hour. I think I've pretty much called everything to do with a B. And it wasn't bloody, in case you were wondering what the B was.
No, I wasn't wondering at all.
No.
I knew exactly what you meant.
Everything that looks like it's going well everywhere else, I keep saying.
If we get this corner of this field out, and the rest of the field drilled nicely, we've got to tackle that one, and then the rest of the block will be lovely.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
All right, Dr. What? And then we got, once he's done this block, we get to Cambridge to got that, it's only that one field, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then we can convert it to wheat. But you wouldn't want to put wheat in it like this, would you?
Well, you couldn't do.
No.
Well, you wouldn't have left it like that.
Well, no, it's true. We'd have done the cultivation suited. We did it. We left it rough on purpose for this job. And actually, if you can see past that rubbish, you've got a very nice bean seed bed.
Because we've got other fields that we've done. I mean, you take this rubbish out, it's absolutely perfect.
I mean, these ones up here, look,
Yeah.
you can see in the distance, they look fantastic when you drove down the track.
You could not wish for better. I mean, the beans are going absolutely lovely.
And a good timing.
Yeah. Well, what we can do is leave this 10 days and then give it to the roundup. Make sure the beans aren't going to mess up. But
Look at the black grass though.
I know. These two fields were horrendous.
I know, but this is, I mean, my goodness. It's textbook flush, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If you wanted a flush, I have to wake up every morning, look out the window, Michael, at the oats with all that wheat in.
Yeah.
I need to change the view or close the curtains, one of the two. This is the thing about farming, isn't it? It just does not go textbook, does it?
Never goes textbook in October, I know that.
No, October is for losers. And we are now losers, Michael.
He's doing a good job of that.
It's a lovely little setup, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we built that. So Grange built us the toolbar and then put us the spacings on. We got Dutch Industry feet on it. Then Will Lawton and Horseshoe K came and put the harrows on and the tower, put it into their seeding system, did the pipes, put the front tank on it. And we've had some of the best beans we've ever grown on the back of that because it doesn't put the compaction down.
No, it's a lovely drill. It's just a little bit of a shame we didn't go a bit wider with it. And actually, it doesn't take any pulling, does it? The tractor's on tick over.
Yeah, but you mean go 12 metres?
Yeah.
Don't encourage me, crying out loud.
Well, I'm absolutely
You're
astounded.
surprised I haven't made
I'm
it 12
astounded.
metres, yeah.
Surprised we hadn't had it in the workshop, Raymond sticking a bit on either side.
Yeah, no, that's a Glyn job. He likes
Oh, it's a
that,
Glyn
yeah.
job.
Yeah, he likes that, yeah. Yeah, he likes those sort of tasks. No, I like this. I mean, look, we've got rid of the wheelings.
Yeah.
You can't see where the tractors run. We've got the depth uniformed across. The harrows, it's not blocking on this across the harrows. You'd expect it to block on the harrows, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I would. Do you know that's changed in an hour?
What,
the going. I can't believe how much
you
it's
mean,
changed.
all that whining you did, and then I get here and apparently it's changed?
No, it's because I moved fields. Much against your better judgment. Henry
Well,
said, no, he told me to stay here.
Well,
I said, I'm overruling you.
But the whole, you've still got to do the field. So it's not like it goes away just because you ignore it.
But then when you
I know it's very done with, let's put it under the carpet. Right? Oh, that'll go away. It doesn't go away, we've got to deal with it another day.
I had to show Henry how to deal with a ranting James. I said, you just go like this, Henry. Just so you can't hear so much of it.
I was coming for you. I was coming to find you. This is it, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure we need one that big.
Well,
You'd be better with two small ones because we can use one and then leave him with another. They don't keep well.
don't they?
Oh no, sod it. No, let's just take two. That'll do. Take two of these. You've got plenty of money.
Well, no, listen, I'm not happy about this. Farmer said this the other day, and the rest of us all relying on me.
Right, if I could find a really good thing, I'd buy one of these.
An inflator?
Yeah.
Well, you're not going to use that, are you? Because that's manual.
Exactly.
No.
Do you know much about them?
What, manual thing?
Oh, that's got slime in it.
Right. How many do you think he's going to use? How much are they? £12.
Digital tyre inflator.
Right, we're in Halfords because Raymond's got a flat tyre on the quad bike and can't put the slug pellets on. So we're now trying to find a solution. So we've found Halfords in Grantham.
It's taken three of us to do it.
Yeah, it's a three-man relay, this is. We should have just blown air into it, couldn't we?
Halfords digital tyre inflator.
Right.
No, that'll do, shan't it?
What's the difference between the extra large?
Oh, maybe they. I can't believe we need an extra large.
We don't need extra large, surely.
No, let's take two of those then. That's it. That'll do. Put those big ones back.
Well, they're only £2 different.
All right.
Well,
Go for
I'll
it.
take that one as well. I can always, because you just don't know what's going to happen, do you? I'm not
No.
coming down there again.
No. Right.
I would have bought a little compressor if,
Well, that's what they are.
what money are they?
Well, £35, but I don't really know. You really need.
Wouldn't they be perfect for the quad bike?
Well, they would, but you need an industrial strength one, don't you, to be PX proof.
I've never used one of these.
What we'll do is put it all in. It'll put too much pressure in, but
Well, hold on a sec. Won't the bloody tyre? You're not going to make this turn this into a disaster, are you?
No. Well, I won't put it, but we want as much of the goo in as possible.
Well,
and
should
then
you
we'll
turn
have
it
to
upside down then?
Well, it's propelled, isn't it? I have used one before.
Yeah. Fill up.
You need to go.
You need fix. Problem. Tire out. Now fix.
Oh, really? I'll take that. Are you ready now?
You know what, Leah? I'm good.
Okay. You realise, Michael, how tricky things are and why the big drills, you know, just can't go everywhere now. Is when you look at that, and he's got through that, and you see it's wet and there's still some water stood in it. And we've got a natural bowl here. Yeah, and we're going to have to look at probably putting a pipe somehow diagonally through, because this is a repeat problem, isn't it?
Yeah, every year it comes.
When you look at this, where, you know, there's obviously, you know, we've got beautiful. This is nice.
It is.
Nice. And, I mean, look at that, though. I mean...
Yeah, well, that's the point about this drill, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just gone through it, not made a mess.
Some drills
but anything else
exactly
with lots of packers, like all the other drills have got. I mean, they get hold of that, Michael. We've got a problem, haven't we?
Yeah. Yeah, that's driven through here and made a really lovely job.
Yeah,
and for beans, this will be absolutely perfect.
Yeah, and it's nice. And he did well getting through all that.
He did.
Patch of blackgrass over there. Now he's got away from that area. I mean, they're just localised patches, aren't they?
Yeah.
But
And this, just these two fields. He'll be fine. We need to get that finished today and forgotten about, and then we can crack on.
Yeah, especially while it's a bit dry before it goes dewy again.
Yeah.
And Kieran's spraying, isn't he?
Yeah.
Getting the roundup done, and then Sandy and Glyn are, and obviously, Sandy and Graham on the Certos, they're running, but they can't do the headlands.
No.
So Glyn's going to have to now go round with a little wet weather drill to do the headlands, because they can't do them because they keep bunging up.
But that's better than not going at all.
Yeah, because there's 25% of the field's headland, and the rest is the middle, so they're moving forward.
Yeah.
As long as it doesn't ram it down too tight, so that little wet drill can't penetrate.
Yeah.
But no, it's good. I hope the weather doesn't change, because we're only at the beginning of trying to get going, aren't we?
Yeah.
And if we're lucky, what is it, Sunday? So hopefully tomorrow we'll finish the oats.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be 2 or 3 days yet on beans. And then we'll get onto the wheat block.
Yeah, but so we'll have three drills finished on oats, and they'll all go onto wheat.
Yeah.
It's not that big a block. We only need a bit of luck, don't we? And we'll be out of Lincolnshire.
Do you think we're running out of luck?
I don't think you deserve a lot, but
that's not very nice. You've had all the luck, because I've gone up in weight and I'm really sour about it now. And then you telling me that there's no point me going on a diet anymore. That's not nice.
We're going on holiday. What's the point?
Yeah, well, not for 11 days. Hopefully get drilled up. I keep saying that, but I know in my heart of hearts we won't be.
No. I think we just need a good run and we'll be fine.
Well, thanks for subscribing, everybody. Keep watching. Hopefully we'll see you next week, and we'll have something. We'll be out of Lincolnshire, hopefully by Wednesday, and then we'll be down in Cambridge. Got some big fields down there to drill, get on the wheats, start making a difference.
Yeah.
Be good to get the sprayer going there, wouldn't it? I mean, that was 18 mile an hour wind. It's 2 days it didn't spray for.
No.